We just completed the community challenge on PlayStation. I'm sure Xbox and PC will be next week. And we unlocked the Grav, aka the Galil. This is a throwback weapon that was in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3 that was also in Blackout this entire time. So hopefully we'll see this trend where they're taking those Blackout weapons and putting them into multiplayer. We'll see how that goes with the MP40. The best class setup for the Grav, aka the Galil, is going to be quick draw, stock, grip, flak jacket, gung ho, dead silence. You could swap out flak jacket for scavenger. Then I only ended up with one pick 10 slot left. So you can go ahead and use that on an optic or a launcher. I decided to go ahead and go with the optic. If you want to go with another attachment, you could just drop one of the perks and then use those two different pick 10 slots to get a fourth attachment on the weapon. And if you're looking to level it up as fast as possible, I'd recommend jumping into hardcore so you can go ahead and go through those levels as fast as possible. So even though I went ahead and gave you one best class setup, I'm going to give you a second one that I also had some success with as well, especially against body armor users. So I'm using FMJ, stock, long barrel, and then pretty much I went ahead and used the reflex, flak jacket, gung ho, and dead silence, which is pretty much the same as before. So now we got the best class setup out of the way, and you've probably already taken your screenshots. If you did enjoy the video in any way or you found it helpful, please remember to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get this video over 1,000 likes within the first 12 hours. In addition to that, if you're brand new around here, this is what I typically like to do for my best class setup videos, and the rest of the video is spent on how you can improve at Call of Duty. So if you are looking to improve, make sure you hit that red subscribe button, turning it to gray with notifications on by ringing that bell. We are on the road to 100K. We are getting closer each day, so I appreciate the support. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay breakdown using the class setup that I talked about. And what you'll notice in the gameplay, I was actually using Team Link for this specific gameplay. And the primary reason for that is because I just switched from hardcore, and that is a top tier perk in hardcore, because that gives you a good indication of where the spawns are. So this is a typical opening rush if I'm going to use a rifle. If I was using an SMG, I probably wouldn't have taken that route because the distance is a little bit too far. I would have already gone kind of around this left side to kind of close that distance. My teammate was able to win that gunfight against that sniper. As I'm coming up over here, I'm kind of predicting that someone's there. You can see I kind of backed off. The guy jumps towards me and I'm able to take him out. And it still looks like the spawns are behind me. So I'm just go ahead and check this middle section real quick so I don't flip the spawns. You can kind of see there's a little bit going on. I decided to jump up. And even though I'm pre-aiming the window, I have an eye on this left section. So I'm kind of looking at both. I take a couple shots there and then I get out of there with 6 health. So I'm able to survive. And then I'm debating if I want to go ahead and go for the flank. And the one reason I'm hesitant is because I don't have dead silence equipped for this specific gameplay. So I'm actually pushing around hoping that they do not have acoustic sensor. So I go ahead and peek the spawn heavily, making sure that no one's going to spawn behind me. Could have fired a shot there, but I would have given away my position. And then there's 2 easy kills lined up right here. They weren't expecting me to go for that flank. Now I can see a few in the middle. You can see all my teammates are spawning in behind me. And there's a few enemies where the B flag would be if you were playing domination. So you can see I'm kind of just reading that mini map. Every time that UAV passes, you got to try and gather as much information as possible. I get 1 bullet in there, but that allows me to get the full points because EKIAs. And I'm expecting the spawns to have already flipped. I'm not sure exactly how I want to approach this because I'm kind of split. There's guys that could be coming from behind me up in this little doorway, and there's a guy coming around this side. I'm going to see if he peeks. Go ahead and turn around. I missed a couple shots there, but I'm still able to line it up and get those kills. I'm not sure if the guy's going to push in front or behind, so I go ahead and kind of relocate, get a couple shots in that direction. I don't land anything, and then I got to go ahead and kind of work my way back around. All the enemies should be in front of me. So what I'm going to do is do a quick loop around because there are enemies near my teammates. And I want to go ahead and play the numbers. I need my streak. I'm only 10 off, so I'm going to play it smart. That's traditionally what you should do. And I know for some of you out there, it's hard to practice this patience. But for a match as close as it is and for as often as I have to carry my teammates, I need my streaks. That's almost inevitable that I will lose if I do not get my streaks because I'm expected to have a 5+ KD every single match. So in that first window-to-window gunfight, that is the range where long barrel will probably help you out. I didn't have long barrel on for this specific gameplay because I was using that first class setup that does not have it. And the nice thing about stacking that sniper's nest with the strike team, as I've talked about before, is typically you're able to get that 1 additional kill, which will lead to the strike team, or you're able to use that TAC 5 boost or drop your ammo. There's a lot of different ways that you can actually get from that streak to the next. So it looks like these are our spawns. I go ahead and drop the ammo right out of spawn, so as my teammates push through, I'll be able to maximize that ammo bag, and they'll be able to rack up that score streak as well. So even with full streaks, we're still down by 4. I haven't died once. If you guys have noticed, I got the kill there. Strike team's going in, sniper's nest is going in. They're pulling out some war machine. So this is about the time when special's gonna come in. So you always got to be aware of that as well. I can see the guys coming around. Looks like my teammate took care of them, and now I'm able to push up. You can see there's a guy on the the left and a guy on the far right, so I know the middle is fairly clear. Go ahead and jump through to see if I can help out the teammate. There's another one coming around. I'm pre-aiming, pre-fire, take him out as he comes around the corner, and you can see how those streaks allow you to increase that lead. We were once only about 4 points ahead. Now we're up by about 13, 15, 16. It just keeps going up because the strike team and those set of streaks continue to go in. Obviously, they could have been hacked. Obviously, they could have been shot down. There's a lot of variables, but more often than not, if you can get those streaks right out the gate, you're going to be able to move around the map a lot more freely and have a lot more fun actually getting kills. So now let me go ahead and give my opinion on the overall weapon. I don't feel like it's very strong by any means. I feel like it's a little bit more mobile ICR because the time to kill isn't all that fast. And you don't really have a ton of options to decrease that time to kill other than long barrel at that little bit further range. Besides that, you don't have rapid fire, you don't have high cal. So for it being a brand new DLC weapon that everyone gets, which is a huge plus, I think that it's overall one of the most balanced weapons that they've ever introduced to the game. Normally the weapons are really trash or they're really overpowered when they introduce new stuff. And I think part of that has to do with it already being in Blackout, where people were able to play test it head to head. Hey, this gun tends to beat this gun more often than not. They were able to balance it ahead of time. You can see right now I'm going to kind of pre-aim as the guy's coming out through. You can see him on the UAV. Easy little kill there. And that's what tends to happen. You get the UAV rolling, the strike team's on the map, sniper's nest. A lot going on. You can see I put my ammo bag in that right spot. You can see 3 of my teammates grab it immediately. So I'm able to chain that score together, which is really nice. So is this the weapon that everyone's going to be using all of a sudden? No, I think it's just balanced enough where the KN will probably still beat it. The Vapor, especially if you can hit those high cal headshots, I think will still beat it with rapid fire. Overall, I think it's just pretty balanced. It's probably going to fit kind of between the SWAT and the ICR, depending on what range the people are at. It's fairly accurate, not a ton of recoil. I think grip 2 is probably unnecessary. And because the range isn't all that powerful, I think the suppressor won't be one of those go-to attachments unless you're going to treat it like an SMG. One thing that a lot of times people get in trouble in is when you end up getting in a 2v1 situation. Obviously, you can win some of those gunfights if the other players are bad. But the nice thing about calling in these streaks is a lot of times people are going to be dying randomly. And then that's going to allow you to get into more one-on-one engagements. Right here, I do not know how I survived. I ended up kind of in a trap spot. I shouldn't have been out in the middle. I got a little too comfortable. You see a lot of teammates are starting to push up on my right side. I decided to peek in here. I could have probably pushed through, but I didn't have a good clearance in that section. So I'm trying to back off a little bit. You can see my teammates are all around. This guy tries to challenge me. He got a little too close. I'm able to take him out. Snap on the other guy and able to take him out as well. And here's where I kind of screwed myself. I kind of waited here too long. I should have done a lap all the way around, straight ahead and all the way around to work back towards my teammates. That's the smart play. I was really debating, should I go for the smart play or should I go for the aggressive play? So that's why I'm actually standing here for quite a bit. I got full health. I call in another strike team, which probably won't come in. And I'm debating, okay, maybe there's only one guy up here. I'm going to go ahead and take him out. Maybe there's not a guy in the window. I take him out. Maybe should have dropped down. I thought I could get the clearance, but there's actually 2 more guys coming in that didn't pop up on the UAV. So with a good set of streaks, I ended up being 46-0 before I had that first death. And I ended up finishing the match 51-1. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, learned something, maybe thought it was helpful. Please remember to hit that like button. Again, let's see if we can get this video over 1,000 likes. And if you're brand new and made it to this point, go ahead and make sure you hit that red subscribe button to turn it to gray with notifications on by ringing that bell. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching. And as always, have a great day.